Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Popular Decks. I'm your host Michael, and today I'll be playing Red Deck Wins. So, Squirtle the Eon's Torn has gone 5-0 a number of times with this deck, and just yesterday or 2 days ago posted two 5-0 lists on the same day, so I figured it's a pretty decent list. It is a fairly typical list for Red Deck Wins with a few different twists on it, so before I get to those, I just want to remind you guys to go down below, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you want to be alerted anytime I put out new videos. You can get more content like this. I put out quite a few videos, so you should have like a pretty constant stream of Pauper content for now until I get busy again. So, one more thing before we get to the deck tech. Just want to let you guys know that I recorded this all on stream yesterday, so it's going to have a little bit of different background. I'm going to be talking to the chat. The chat scroll is on the side, so you can see what we were talking about. I know some people don't like that as much, but I can put out a lot more content if I record all my streams as well, so no real reason not to do it, I didn't think. So you guys can let me know what you think about the videos when I do it that way. So, onto the deck. The big, I guess, innovation, if you want to call it that, in this deck is that we're only playing 17 lands instead of 19, and I don't really know what got cut for it. It's not like they cut something expensive. All the expensive stuff is still here, but we've only got 17 lands. The crux of the deck are these one mana 2/2s. So we've got Goblin Cohort and Mog Conscripts, which are functional reprints. So they're 2/2s for 1. They can't attack unless you've cast a creature spell, though. So towards the end of the game, they stop being able to attack. Then we've got the Jackal Familiars that can only attack with another creature. You can attack with 2 of them at the same time. They do count each other, so that's pretty good. And we have a lot of haste guys. On turn 2, we've got Bushwhacker, Cohort, and Valley Dasher, so I've got 12 haste guys that I can play on turn 2 to attack with the Jackal Familiar right away. And then we've got our other 2-drop, which is Burning Tree Emissary. So we can get some really busted draws with this. Pretty much what normally happens is you play a 1-drop, then you play a Burning Tree Emissary, and then one of these 2 on turn 2, and you attack for 4 on turn 2, and you've got 6 power. So that's pretty unfair. That's pretty fast. You can kill people turn 4 pretty easily with this deck if you're gold fishing. Finally, the top of the curve is the Heel Cutter. This very rarely gets cast. It's almost always dashed in. The only way I could really see you casting it is if you had 2 of them or something, but I don't know. You're probably still just dashing it every turn. And then we've got, to finish it off, we've got some burn spells. So got 4 Lightning Bolt, best burn spell in the format, gets blockers out of the way, kills your opponent dead. We've got the 2 Reckless Abandons, which is not always a staple in this deck. It's like a bad Goblin Grenade, basically. But 4 damage is no joke for 1 mana, so it's pretty strong. And we've got these Mutagenic Growths. It saves your creatures from Lightning Bolt and from Scred a lot of the time. It saves them from Firebolt. It doesn't protect them from Flame Slash, but still protects them from most things. And then we've got these Fire Blasts. Normally the last spell you cast in the game to kill your opponent when you're tapped out. 4 damage for 0 mana, also no joke. And then finally, we've got the most important card in the deck, Goblin Bushwhacker. It is very hard to win games where you don't draw a Goblin Bushwhacker against an opponent with a reasonable draw, unless you're playing against like Tron or something. Like some of the decks just don't have a lot of answers for what you're doing. But if you don't draw a Goblin Bushwhacker against like some of the removal decks and stuff, it's going to be really hard to win. But this guy puts out so much damage. If you can play him on turn 3, kind of the play pattern is you play 1-drop of some kind, some 2-power 1-drop, and then you play 1 or 2 2-drops, depending if you get a Burning Tree Emissary, and then on turn 3, you play another 1-drop, and then you kick the Goblin Bushwhacker, and all the creatures get haste as well. So you get to attack with your 1/1, or with your 1 mana play as well, and then you just kill your opponent. Like, you can probably win turn 3 like that if you have a Fire Blast or something to finish off your opponent. It's a pretty busted starts with this guy. That's it for the main deck. Sideboard pretty pricey actually for those of you who are budget conscious. The main deck is I don't know, maybe like 5 tickets or something for the whole main deck. I'm not even sure like what's Bolt, less than a ticket. And then these conscripts are actually a little bit, but They recently went down in price, I think, so they're not too bad. So we've got then 3 Gorilla Shamans, really expensive card, but you know, you got to kill Affinity somehow. So we got the Gorilla Shamans, we got the Pyroblasts, got to kill blue decks. An important sideboard card in this deck is Flaring Pain. We basically can't beat Fog decks of any kind, including the Tron decks, without Flaring Pain. And then you can never really beat Circle of Protection. I mean, you can overwhelm the Circle of Protection, but if they're doing anything in addition to the Circle of Protection, you're not going to be able to get through it. Got some Flame Slashes, probably also for Affinity, and then I bring them in against like Stompy, just decks that are going to block you and have creatures that you want to get out of the way. We got Electrickery. I assume this is for elves and stuff like that, maybe for token decks, but I assume it's mostly for elves, maybe for Boggles as well. Boggles is a terrible matchup for this deck, so I could see also having some things in there like that. All right, so just a reminder again, subscribe down below, leave me any comments, and just remember that it's a little different environment when I'm streaming. I'm interacting with the chat and stuff, so if you guys don't like that, let me know. I'll probably still post anytime I stream. I'll probably still record the videos and post them, but just let me know what you think about that. If you think it's bad, maybe you like it better, I don't know. So I don't really know what people think. I know that I don't like it as much, but some other people might like it more because I'm interacting with chat. I get to like think of more lines of play, stuff like that. So let me know what you think about that in the comments, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the games.